But let's start here. Originally, this monologue was going to be about how Democrats waited for 4 stimulus plans before finally getting around to their moonshot, the Rooseveltian plan, the FDR-style idea that is supposed to woo us. Now, they're doing this after Mitch McConnell has said we now need to focus on the deficit and is basically gone to lunch. But monologues are better suited for things that bug you, for things that get under your skin, for things that piss you off. And this is in the piss me off scale. I have scars. I have deep, indelible scars. Not just of 2016, but of also 2020. The things they said about us. The way they talked about us. As if we, Sanders supporters, were somehow uniquely different than the other people, or the other people who were gesticulating and pushing for their particular candidates. That we were aggressive, we were sexist, we were racist, we were bros, we were a foundation of hate, as one Elizabeth Warren made the point. They treated us basically in the exact same way that they treated Trump supporters. The media ran with that and went with that for 7 months on debate stages. They would point to Sanders and say, you are uniquely responsible for your supporters, and those people are horrible. Elizabeth Warren gets out the race. What does she do? Gives a loving eye to Biden, loving eye, and turns around and attacks the person she supposedly be ideologically closest to, and tells Rachel Maddow that there's something wrong with his supporters. And Maddow said, did you talk to him about it? She said, well, he doesn't want to talk about it. It was just a fast conversation. You slandered us. You grifted us for money and votes and then slandered us. And the media went along with it. MSNBC having the woman on say, Sanders makes my skin crawl. And hopefully when Sanders is standing beside Warren, that those women would know. Another one, it is even sexist to back Sanders because Warren is effectively Sanders with a vagina. And if you're willing to go with Sanders, then that means you are sexist because you're going with him just because he's a man. All of these things they said about us. And now, Biden is accused of sexual assault. And the man who they said was implicitly, sexist, they're now backing Biden to the hilt. A flagrant liar that I've proven so. Backing him to the hilt. I believe Biden. I believe Biden. Everybody to the person. Elizabeth Warren, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, all of them. Tara Reade, credible assault claim, more cooperation than Ford, comes forward. She finally gets to talk to Megyn Kelly. Let's hear the clip with her talking to Kelly.
No. I mean, it's been stunning, actually, how the some of his surrogates with the blue checks, that are his surrogates, have been saying really horrible things about me and to me on social media. He hasn't himself, but there's a measure of hypocrisy with the campaign saying it's safe. It's not been safe. All my social media has been hacked. All my personal information has been dragged through. Every person that maybe has a gripe against me, an ex-boyfriend or an ex-landlord or whatever it is, has been able to have a platform rather than me. Talking about things that have nothing to do with 1993, like even the whole thing with being called a Russian agent, that in particular, that incites people. People actually, I got a death threat from that because they thought I was being a traitor to America. And I mean, these are serious things. And his campaign is taking this position that they want all women to be able to speak safely. I have not experienced that.
No, she hasn't experienced that. She hasn't experienced that at all. She has been slandered. She's been attacked. And the Russian agent part. Here's one. Could Tara Reade have been paid by Russia to manufacture sexual assault allegations against Mr. Biden? My answer is, who knows? But in this thread, I'll outline the case that certainly makes it possible. Hashtag, I believe Biden. You've also had the hashtag, Tara Reade is a liar. This is stuff put out by Biden supporters. You've had another one, Biden surrogate, representative, comes out and says, well, her story is not credible because the female vagina is in a particular place where it's impossible for Joe Biden to do what she is saying that Joe Biden is doing. These are Biden supporters. People coming out with an article, AP, prominent lawyer, Trump donor representing Biden accuser. Now missing the point that the same lawyer represented 6 Harvey Weinstein victims and last donated to the chair of the Democratic Party, Hakeem Jeffries. All of these people have been coming out slandering her. Here's another person. Joe Biden could have raped me in the middle of Fifth Avenue and I would still vote for him before I vote for Trump or Sanders. stop the stupid. The stupid being, stop all of this stuff about going with Joe Biden. New York Times puts out an advertisement, an article, basically saying Joe Biden needs to be investigated. The same New York Times, by the way, that Joe Biden was trying to use by sending a surrogate, Stacey Abrams, out, saying that the New York Times cleared Joe Biden. After that, New York Times says, yes, Joe Biden needs to be investigated. We never said any such thing. Look on social media, on Facebook, and the things that they have been saying about her. They have been utterly gutter talk. Let's hear Joe Biden for Mika Brzezinski. Mika brings up the weirdness in the way that you guys believe Ford, but for whatever reason you don't believe Tara Reade. Tara Reade has more cooperations. He's had 2 new people come out from the AP saying, yes, this happened. We've had a 1996 statement from a lawyer that just came out yesterday showing in legal documents, ex-husband making the point, this is, yes, she told me about the sexual harassment allegations. Let's hear Joe Biden deal with the hypocrisy of this when confronted by Mika.
Vice President, as it pertained to Dr. Ford, everyone wanted, high-level Democrats said she should be believed, that they believed it happened. You said if someone like Dr. Ford were to come out, the essence of what she is saying has to be believed, has to be real.
No.
Why?
No, what I
Why?
said, it has to
Why
be.
is it real for Dr. Ford, but not for Tara Reade?
Because the facts are, look, I'm not suggesting she had no right to come forward. And I'm not saying any woman, they should come forward. They should be heard. And then it should be investigated. It should be investigated. And if there's anything that that is consistent with what's being said, and she makes the case or the case is made, then it should be believed. But ultimately, the truth matters. The truth matters.
Another woman on New York Times made the argument that it's a utilitarian argument to vote for Joe Biden, even if Joe Biden is a rapist. Because her argument was, I believe Tara Reade, but you got to do the work of real men and real women and look it in the face and says, yes, he's a rapist, but that rapist is a better alternative than Trump. And that is a utilitarian position. That is not a utilitarian position. That is a rather sad position. At some point, there should be standards. And standards should matter more than just winning any particular election. What is the level to which you're willing to say, I am not willing to go there? And there are plenty of people at this point in the Democratic Party that's not there. 30%, more than 30%, believe Tara Reade. That in no way is going to stop them from voting for a man that by their own beliefs is considered a rapist. Tom Perez says, no, I am not going to have an investigation into this. I believe in the vetting from Obama, so I believe Joe Biden. Women breathlessly went after Kavanaugh, making the argument that the allegation in and of itself was enough for Kavanaugh not to take the Supreme Court seat. And now, they're so quiet. When Bernie Sanders was accused by Elizabeth Warren of saying that a woman couldn't win the presidency, what happened? All of those people ran that for weeks. Bernie Sanders said this, Bernie Sanders said this, even when it was on stage. Why? Because the implicit idea was Bernie Sanders is sexist and he had these Bernie bros. But right now, he's being accused of rape. And all of these people are breathlessly quiet. Where were all those people who were animated about the Bernie bros? What about these Biden bros? These Biden bros are going after Tara Reade in the most disgusting, smearing ways. And all of these people who are so animated and amped up about Bernie bros, silence! There's nowhere to be found. They're quiet. Why are they so quiet now? But they were so animated back then. Bob, that's my question. All of these people who wrung their hands, oh, these Bernie bros, they keep attacking us, This woman is an assault survivor, by her own words. And based on what Democrats have said, you're supposed to believe women. And now you have a situation where they don't seem to believe women, and they seem to be okay with them attacking this particular woman. What's the difference?